was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. The nations are still in chaos, and the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on.
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Now's not the time to set. Now's the time to visit the infirmary.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav.
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
You know how I feel about this. But your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to think it runs in the family.
Tyre's right. Your brother is in no condition to travel. That's all I'll say on the matter. It's Mid, Gav, and your uncle we should be thinking about now.
也有支线。塔博尔南部。
Did you see that?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Seems the hideaway's lost its
Blasted
appetite.
book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates, and if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredient.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a rep...
Is a storm coming?
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to...
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sanbriquois delicacy is next on... Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the white...
Dragon livers. How very...
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but
各
apparently
种
not.
龙类都跟
I
蜥蜴
believe
没什
we
么
know
两
where to
样。
look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. A herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone. I may add that people once believed game was
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
多数人的配音应该跟西德是同一个人，音配的话，他们都有很明显的喉音。
Seems the hideaway.
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like... Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry.
Oh, thank you. Let me know what she...
Of course. I'm sure... Lady Karen.
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade, then?
Can't complain. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but...
Just asking.
Oh, are you?
I didn't exactly hear. All I know is that someone in Dallymill has...
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of it? Look, I've done, but that woman is no more.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. No. I reckon you...
Of course. Good day.
What can I get you, Sid? How am I getting on? About as well as you'd expect of a barmaid pouring sour ale for penniless outlaws in the middle of the Deadlands. And it'd be worse than that if Molly here didn't make the best stew this side of Stone here, even if it is mostly just yesterday's leavings. Don't tell her you heard that from me, though. Don't be a stranger, Sid.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was, along with some other things, that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she...
Oh, well, that's good. But why would people say she was?
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dallymill. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
I heard the Emperor was in...
We're all gonna die! You hear me? What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just...
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Midadol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces, the body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Midadol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Midadol's hares.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hares for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
赶快跑！连主角都不知道这个齿轮是拿来干嘛的，谁知道这个齿轮是后面的伏笔嘞？谁知道呢？
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
I heard the Emperor was in
It seems the highway is
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, but that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people...
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that, and I'm sure they're very grateful.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
Reservoir. Reservoir.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name? Where would he be at Martha's Rest?
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right.
bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find Goots.
The gentleman of the town guard are strapped.
Could be I know something more. Was
Clive, listen! I've found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
all right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, and the more war being waged. And who will they all turn to? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Mummy.
What a mess.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Boys, it's all yours.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you, anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goot, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nat! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very existence. Goots, was it? Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
Karen.
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? Though it was just Bogan.
Bogan.
Well, I thought the years might have taught you some sense.
Oh,
But I see you the same. What was it we called you? Wet legs.
You bitch! Everything that happened. It was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect.
Wise words. Wise words.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line, dragging. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. But what if he comes back
Nan.
again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the wet legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
If you ever do that again, I'll whip you to within an inch of your life. Run from your master, would you?
刚那个人就这样不见了。
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas...
Alas?
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalimil and work my...
Thank you, my lord. I shall...
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. So someone here's seen something.
Mummy. The gentleman of the town.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
And maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such...
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes...
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You...
Not at all. Now, if he was bound for Oriflamme... There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not.
Then you found him. I am Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? I was on my way back from the old...
Bandits.
They looked more like field hands. It didn't matter in the end.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough. You head back to Northreach.
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Pretty boy. 哎，不是我先吗？
Too slow. To me, boy. You're finished.
Hmm. 这个娇喘是怎么回事？
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the
And stand by, as ill might...
It's just Clive. And I'm fine, which is more than can be said for you.
I will
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a...
The garrison have their hands full in... There are few hands left to work the few. The market stalls are nearly bare. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't...
Rockford, if you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the...
I shall return to Northreach, but allow me to thank you.
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got... I shall send a Bastolus as soon as...
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
There were ghosts at the gate.
You needn't fret.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our way then. All right. Let's get this over with.
毒血。
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Recipe.
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant... Speaking of which,
I only happen to be in the right place at the right... They both seem to think the realm's
I am afraid that Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly.
As it is mine.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
So, did you have...
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up?
Blueback wyvern liver. And,
Wyvern livers, was it? Now then, you stay right where you are. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what... And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He is...
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking...
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flame.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking.
Decent. Sid, might I suggest that you command a...
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a dish of...
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make... I just thought I had to...
Aye, well, someone had to. Reckon the both of us would be worse. You've always been me right eye, Gooch. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble like...
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do...
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. He'll need to start looking out for him. Till then, he'll need...
Of course. He's found...
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favour.
What do I owe the honor? What do you want? That it?
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The echoes have a will of their own.
我靠，在楼下。 帝王腰带，怎么没有帝王引擎？
Tell us about Rote, Joshua. She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like... but with better manners.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself at the mo. Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme. Right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin. So, thought I'd try me luck in the desert. And the Fang went the same way. And don't get me started on the mess in the bloomin' Dominion. Suppose I could try Canberra next. But knowing my luck, the old place be crawling with the works before I'd even set out me stall. But as I always say, where there's crisis, there's opportunity. The
这个商人
opportunity to mint skill, that is.
最后只会留下一箱
Is there any money to
道
be
具
made。in Ash? Do orcs even carry gil?
你是到不了对岸的、啊，大哥。呜呼哀哉！
You're injured. What happened here?
It swallowed our... My own men did this. Turned. Every last one of them. We can't let those...
I'll go. Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
Wake up. Go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
I got here in time.
Odin!
Oh, damn!
Is someone there? Please, I can't move my leg.
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
一定要按错键。
With the battalion? I am. Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened to him.
Another survivor. Where is he?
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it. You seem familiar.
You must have me confused with someone else.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there, in Kosnis, when you killed my brothers.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over.
And what of my ill will? Coward!
哦，这次就干掉你了。
If you insist.
都第二轮了。
For Tyson!
You're in no fit state to fight.
And this should be easy for you. Come on.
Kill me!
For what? The sins of your master. You and I have no quarrel, and I will not strike a man who cannot defend himself.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
居然没有真的打起来，可惜。
You will regret
是不是你？是不是你？是不是你陪我到最后？
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get...
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame. Blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic.
Akashic.
He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
要早一点起来。哦。
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you. So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role. Others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
온용.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Here's the scraps you're after.
Thank you for the grill egg, mister. Mummy made a pottage from it.
Sounds delicious.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's turned.
It has indeed.
Can't blame the beast.
You! Finally.
Is something wrong?
At the university.
The university?
Especially in my heyday. No the answers I want you to know.
Climb the
And the three of them, to be precise. I'm here in the hope, namely,
I can't promise I'll remember it.
Remember what you can.
How are those new boots treating you?
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of it is to Dallas.
OK， 3个。
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
东边。
That Cyril fella's an odd fish, don't you think?
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder? I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were...
Oh, what the... Oh, come, don't... let's start with the...
Guardians of the Crystal. I'm pretty...
Fascinating. But, whatever...
Wanderers of the Golden Plain. Or...
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic... This is proof...
Children of the Hunters. That's all 3.
And so, we add 3 engraving Guardians of the Mother... Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the route. Nonetheless, one cannot help but...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many...
How are those new boots treating you?
Beneath the flood, yes.
Opportunity Is that blade?
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most Red Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled...
How do you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. The Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. Bring me that beast.
All right.
Of course, you leave Tabor through the east gate. I eagerly await you.
Welcome, welcome. Of course. A fine choice. Take care.
Cyril.
Siri. Oh,
How fares
Cyril.
the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities under siege.
Faster! Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
不理，不好意思了，不好意思的 Joshua， 我赶路了。
This might take a while.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
泰坦之路还过不去。诶。
The free cities under siege.
You deserve a rest. You're on my side, Toro.
Hey, shit.
It's over.
Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy? Let's go. Faster! He may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
哎呀，踢书。 不过去哦。
Waken winds! Let's try.
拉过来吃冰。老练。
This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your hide.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see. Oh, as supple as a maiden's. Clearly, my trust. Join me as my...
I don't plan on making a habit.
Very well. Do not allow me to keep you from being...
Please. A piece of fruit.
If we're going to do this, well...
Clive, it just so happened.
And what talents would...
Why, you're fearless.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm... Randalar has been particularly badly if none remain free for long, but the army too is in...
And you've been looking to buy.
Precisely.
So where does my skill with the...
Though we may have the funds, so we've been searching for a place where... And we believe we have found one. The place was abandoned a long time ago.
And so we seek the...
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transport...
Of course.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire... Even if I begin right now, So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the...
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chadra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
You're a friend of the Crimson Caravans.
舞龙生穴。噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔。
Ready, go? Run like the wind. All right.
This must have been a nice place once.
It will be again.
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklat.
faster!
可以免伤一次。好痛！地理啦，为什么都会引到那边的怪了？真是他妈有够不烦。
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was...
Oh? And why?
Remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been... Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could, but where would I put 'em? They're just in... Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting...
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's been more and more of them turned, but there's only so many we can shelter with. We can't keep cramming more and more people, and that's what I was hoping you might help.
It's no...
Thank you, Clive.
So?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool? It's been a long time since...
It was a tragedy, and if any of us could have done anything, but what's done is done.
I suppose you're right.
The Blight might be pressing in. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it. Nasty bastards they are. Would have sent someone to clear them out soon, but now we've got a few more...
I do. Eastpool was once home to...
And I know the men will I've already shared a few thoughts with Sue, and I dare say he's got some...
Of course. Inn's full. So, Wade, it's good to...
And you, Lord Rossfield.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to...
That's right. Though I rather fear my men have been... And then there are the bearers. We need somewhere to settle.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you.
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we shall soon send...
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will A small force would suffice to...
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandit. You and the Guardians can stay outside. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that...
The Akashic are the bigger risk.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You...
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool.
We shall see you there. And may...
Who the hell are you? Kill them!
You will leave this place.
That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes to... more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here. It might be best to send word for them to come right away.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart. Leave it with me, my lord.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of It won't be easy. The masonry might still be sturdy enough. It'll take a bit of elbow grease.
So wait. If you don't mind.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more...
And we will, my lord.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
Ah, there you are. All went... Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits. What's all this about? Some shape-shifting night? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own.
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need...
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to. Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that...
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. But enough about him.
It's done. The village is safe.
You made quick work of it.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was... Well, she'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished.
All right. We'll speak then. Eloise, I just got back from Cat.
Thank you, Clive. Here. I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our...
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing... I suppose it's to be expected, but we shall emerge victorious.
Well, if you need...
I'm not sure I do.
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia, and they're still expanding. And judging by her reaction...
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did, and I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery, but this was not the life. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers. And
you're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor. By letting her, each time an opportunity to do just that arises,
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from...
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans. This could well be the last...
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do. Clive.
Oh, Putin.
I fear that I must bid you
Vladimir
farewell.
Putin.
As you know, our time grows short. Before we part, I want you to know that...
Thank you. But his revenge, really?
It is the one I found. And it is all that I have lived for since...
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live?
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. And may Griga guide us.
Come then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's Bales.
Hmm?
Everyone, Quinton has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us will be standing here today. We owe him our lives. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, and if that's what has to happen, then so be it. that we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already...
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quentin to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. They don't stand a chance against that thing. They're all gonna fucking die!
Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch... We can't let Quentin die before that bastard...
All right. I'll do what I can. Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
贴妹感。哦，可以来这啊。先回去看一下那些小 boss。
Did you see that?
有没有更新？没有呢。
What did you find down there?
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. All done?
Did you see the pair that...
What do I owe the honor? So, what'll it be? My best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. Anything else?
Ready, go?
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late. Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But...
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is no real guard dog.
No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down. You're finished! If only we'd arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear. Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice. My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it. It's not going to last long in there.
Can we finish this quickly?
Come Quentin! Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here. Too slow. I need to get back to Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
不趁体温没凉。
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't you?
I thought you were... I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin.
Your village may be lost, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? Why would anyone follow me?
Because we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village.
It was.
We can start again. Build a new
A fresh start. One life ends, why just a village? What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quint, after all. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my...
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage, if you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
OK， 解了一堆支线。
Did you see the pair that got hauled into town?
Hmm? ちょっとまだ有更新吗？
Did you see that?
大炮哥。
Bring out your bearers! Let me and my daughter purge them of their sin!
You're no longer doing my mother's name.
Hold still!
自由，落地成盒。
Your work here is done.
Oh, 存档。睡觉，睡觉。